Hello, everyone. In the fast-moving world of international trade, the digital age has made moving goods easier than ever. However, the legal threshold for who can actually introduce those goods into U.S. commerce remains highly structured. This is governed by a singular principle known as the right to make entry. A recent decision by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Headquarters Ruling HQ H330864, has sent shockwaves through multinational corporations and e-commerce platforms. It clarifies that simply having a domestic affiliate or a local agent isn't enough to legally act as the importer of record. Simply having a domestic affiliate or a local agent isn't enough to legally act as the importer of record. To understand the impact, let's look at the case of Hoya USA, an affiliate of a Dutch parent company. Hoya USA attempted to act as the importer of record for shipments of erythritol, a sugar substitute. They argued that because they provided local support and managed accounts for a commission, they had a sufficient financial interest to make entry. But CBP disagreed. Under 19 U.S.C. Paragraph 1484, the right to make entry is strictly limited to the owner, the purchaser, or a licensed customs broker. CBP found that Hoya USA was merely a nominal consignee, someone named on the paperwork who doesn't actually hold a real stake in the goods. CBP found that Hoya USA was merely a nominal consignee. They were a selling agent, but not the owner or purchaser. Crucially, they lacked the required financial risk to be considered a legal importer. CBP found that Hoya USA was merely a nominal consignee, someone named on the paperwork who doesn't actually hold a real stake in the goods. Why did their argument fail? First, their commission was tied to logistics and duty costs, not sales performance. This meant their earnings increased as import costs went up, which is the opposite of a true selling agent's incentives. Furthermore, the U.S. entity lacked decision-making authority. They couldn't negotiate prices, sign binding contracts, or assume the risk of loss. In the eyes of the law, the Dutch parent company still owned the goods until the very moment of delivery. In the eyes of the law, the Dutch parent company still owned the goods until the very moment of delivery. This misalignment of incentives and lack of authority was the core reason their structure failed. This ruling is a warning for global e-commerce platforms like TikTok Shop and Amazon. CBP is now using the ACE 2.0 system to use advanced data matching to scrutinize intercompany agreements. If your U.S. entity lacks genuine economic participation, your goods may be flagged before they even leave the port. The era of proxy importing is ending. For multinational businesses, the key takeaway is substance over form. You must ensure your U.S. entity is meaningfully integrated into the transaction with real financial risk and authority. To navigate these evolving regulations, working with a structured compliance partner like FlatFee can help you maintain uninterrupted access to the U.S. market.